All right, joining us now, Matthew Holmes, Senior Vice President, Policy and Government Relations with the Canadian Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Matthew.
Good to be with you, Karen.
So one premier's happy, the other one's angry. Which one's right?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? But I think the signal it tells me still is that Canada's too easy to pick one against the other. And we're seeing that play out today. We're seeing different sectors on the plus side and other sectors on the negative side, different premiers for and other premiers against. And our trading partners, our adversaries, they know that about us. They can easily manipulate that situation. And what I saw today from the Prime Minister was a very balanced announcement saying we're signaling to business, we're signaling to China, business in China, Canadian business, that it's okay to engage. It's okay to start talking and seeing where we have shared interests and where we have potential in our economy. They're the world's second largest market. If Canada needs to diversify our trade, we'd be crazy not to be talking to China. And so this is an important sense that we can do that. We can have that talk. But that doesn't mean we're just going to open ourselves up to all kinds of risk. Business is still going to evaluate that risk. And as a country, we'll, I think, proceed with care and caution. And what I saw in the terms that were released this morning is there's quite a lot of conditions there. We're really just starting to talk again, and that's important.
What do you think the impact will be on Canada and in particular Ontario's auto sector?
That remains to be seen. Really, the change in the EV tariff announcement is a fallback to a previous position, and we weren't flooded with Chinese EVs previously. So there is certainly risk ahead in our manufacturing base. We've seen this play out in other countries around the world. So again, are we talking about investment in Canadian auto parts manufacturers, in manufacturing jobs here in our country? That seems to be what the Prime Minister is signaling. Or is it just fleets of vehicles showing up on our shores and undercutting prices? I don't think we're going to see that happen too radically. But we have to proceed with care and caution. Premier Ford is not incorrect when he says that, a lot of these vehicles are currently made with substandard environmental or labor practices that we wouldn't adhere to here. But how we move forward together, what kinds of investment come in, what kind of jobs are created in Canada, I think that's an important conversation for us to have. We can't just say we're not going to trade with China. There's no solution there for Canada.
All right, Matthew Holmes, Senior Vice President of Policy and Government Relations with the Canadian Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for your time.